All right, what is good, my people? What is good, y'all? It is good to be back making another video. It has been quite a while since I made the last video, and man, am I happy to be back talking with y'all, talking to y'all. It's a great time to be a Commanders fan. It's a great time to be a Redskins fan. It's just a great overall energy, vibe, time to be a Commanders fan. What a win against the Bears. I know I'm late. I know I'm a few days late, but either way, I had to make a video reacting to this game. So, if you all have seen any of my videos, they're not a lot. I just started this channel not too long ago. But just to kind of give y'all some background as to why I decided to make this channel and make reaction videos to the games of the Washington Commanders, Washington Redskins. It all started with that Monday night football game last season against the Bears, that Monday night massacre 2.0, where the Bears just humiliated us on Monday night football, where Justin Fields, DJ Moore, and the gang last year humiliated us, pummeled us, beat us, kicked our ass, whipped us. I mean, the list goes on and on of what they did to us. That motivated me. The frustration, the disappointment, the sadness was what motivated me. Excuse me, to make these videos, to start my own channel, and just comment on the overall games and state of the Washington Commanders. What a difference a year makes for the franchise. What a difference having the right head coach, having the right culture, having leaders on the team, having veteran leaders, having veteran presence, having motivated individuals, having new life, having new blood. What a difference that makes to a franchise, to a team, to a community, to a city, to a stadium, to just the fan base. What a difference. I mean, it is, you cannot even compare the level of play, the level of leadership, the level of just overall level of doing business compared to last year. Um, I want to give a big shout out. Number one, the owner. I want to start at the very top and I'll work my way down the very top. I want to start with the owner. Right now it is skipping my mind right now, but some of y'all can put the name in the comments if y'all like. I want to shout out to the owner. So believe it's Mr. Harris. If I have that wrong, somebody please correct me in the comments. I want to give a big shout out to him for, you know, being a fan, but also taking the bulls by the horn, you know, understanding that last year sucked, understanding that he knew he needed to make a change, understanding the moves that he needed to make in order to get this franchise back on track, to get this fan base right. Just big shout out to him for getting it right and making the right decisions. Shout out to him for hiring Adam Peters. You know, I know he interviewed a lot of candidates, and he narrowed it down to Adam Peters and another candidate. I can't remember the name, but choosing Adam Peters from the pool of candidates was a all-time changing, all-time franchise monumental move that Mr. Harris made. So you got to give him big props for that, because that led to an overall domino effect. Shout out to Doug Williams for being, staying with the team, staying with the franchise through thick and thin. I mean, this man has been through a lot, has been through some of the roughest seasons that any franchise has gone through, and he stuck it out, and now he's being rewarded just being around the team, enjoy being a Washington, Redskins, Washington Commander. I believe he's like a team president or administrator somehow. Just being in the building and being able to enjoy this overall sense of winning and happiness and joy in the building. Shout out to him. But also, Want to move on to the next person I want to give a big shout out to, Adam Peters. The moves this man made in the offseason, incredible. Probably the best GM in the league if you just go by what he had to work with when he started his tenure and everything that happened last year in the franchise, the dismal state of the franchise that the franchise was in, not over just last year, but the past few years, past decade, 2 decades. This man in 1 year has done more than a lot of GMs, especially Bruce Allen, more than Bruce Allen did in, I believe, more than 10 years that he was there. So shout out to Adam Peters being able to right the ship, making all the right personnel moves, making all the right assistant administrator moves, all of that stuff. Big shout out to him. Hiring the right head coach and Adam Quinn, and Dan Quinn, excuse me, and head coach Dan Quinn. Bringing him on board, doing it right, taking the right steps, not rushing into choosing, a hot name coach, making sure he chose the right head coach. And Dan Quinn is the perfect head coach for the Washington Commanders. So big shout out to Adam Peters for making that hire and bringing everybody else on board. The assistant GM that he brought on from the Panthers, all these guys with experience and wanting to win. So big shout out to the whole front office team. But Adam Peters making the right trades, trading Jahan Dotson. Go check out my video that I made on this on my channel about when Jahan Dotson was traded and how I said Adam Peters fleeced and robbed the Eagles and tricked everybody in the league, and it's just playing chess with everybody in the league. I'm going to say it again. Adam Peters is playing chess with everybody in the league, and goddamn it, he's about to have a checkmate. I mean, you can say he already did several checkmates on several teams in the league. So, big shout out to him collecting those picks, trading away players that don't fit the mold, and being able to get some sort of value for them. Jahan Dotson, I told y'all in the video that I made, please go check it out, that Jahan Dotson was not the right player, not the right fit for this team to be the number 2 receiver. And boy, was my analysis correct? But boy, was Adam Peters, Dan Quinn correct in making that move. So big shout out to them. I do want to move on and speak about, the DC wit. I want to speak about the OC Cliff Kingsbury. Big shout out to them, making the right calls, implementing the right game plan. They come correct. They do it right every week. Even when we don't win, we've had some tough losses, but we're in the game. This season is completely different from other seasons. So shout out to them. Cliff Kingsbury doing a great job with Jaden Daniels, developing him. You're able to see the payoff. I know we were a little impatient. A lot of us fans were impatient in the beginning of the season, but you see the plan that they had, and it's being executed to a high level. So big shout out to them. The game was great. Obviously we would want a little bit better execution from the offense, especially in the red zone. We had to kick a lot of field goals, but overall, it was a good game to watch. It kept you on your toes. Defensively, you got to give a big shout out to the whole defense, the players, the coaches, because they kept us in the game. They held it down against the Bears. I know they gave, they started breaking a little bit in the third, fourth quarter, but after so many, duds from the offense, the defense can only do so much. But I want to give a big shout out to them. Bobby Wagner being that leader. I said it again in my first video that I ever made. You need veteran leadership as players in the locker room, because they lead, and that has a trickle down effect on the rest of the players, and they follow. Terry McLaurin on the offensive side being that leader. Good for him. I'm happy for him because he's gone through a lot as well, through losing seasons, terrible seasons. So I'm very happy for him that he's able to enjoy success. Also, he's been showing up. He's been putting up the stats. So big shout out to Terry McLaurin. So I'm very happy for him. Shout out to the offensive line. You're creating holes. Doing the pass block correct. Giving time to Jaden Daniels. On the defensive side, Johnny Newton. I want to get back to the defensive side. Johnny Newton. Frankie Louvu, excuse me. Frankie Louvu, what a signing again. Adam Peters, what can you say? Bringing Frankie Louvu in, he's all over the field. Coverage, tackling, run game, and passing game. The pass rushing moves, he's doing it correct. Dante Fowler, Another guy that Adam Peters signs off, but Dan Quinn I know had a big influence. He brings him over from the Cowboys. I mean, this man is all over the field. He's wrecking the game. What can you say? So I'm happy that he's on our side. Sorry, I was just checking the battery. It's about to die, but I'm very happy that those guys came and they're having the impact that they're having because we needed that. We needed that energy. We needed those plays. And so I'm excited that they're on our team. They're performing to the level where it's beyond expectation. So the plays are really being seen on the field. And boy am I happy to see it. I mean, in a winning team, the ball has to bounce your way. And we're seeing that with the Commanders. The ball is bouncing our way. That's when you know things are rolling our way. You know, this is a different vibe, different energy, different outlook. Before and seasons before, for some reason, there was always a screw up. The ball would not bounce our way. It was always sort of deflating for the fans that we would be in games, but for some reason, not only mentally screw ups, but coaching screw ups, but just sometimes the ball did not go away. Part of being on a losing team that just happens to you. But now the Commanders are in the winning side, and you can see the ball starting to bounce our way. I hope we keep the momentum going. The Bears game, I enjoyed the contest. Obviously, like I said, I wish we could have played better overall. But I mean, what can you say? The team does not give up. The team is always fighting, and you saw that, and you can see that this will only push the Commanders to always have that stick to it mentality, never give up mentality. And yeah, man, I'm happy. I'll try to make more of these videos right after the games and stuff like that. Maybe some updates about what's going on with the Commanders. But just want to give a big old shout out to the whole team, from the front office to the coaches to the players. I mean, what can you say? And shout out to the fans for showing up at the field. Giving them that home field advantage. You could really hear it through the TV how loud the stadium was, and giving the Washington Commanders that home field advantage. And we have been missing that. We've been missing that, and and not to blame the fans, because the Commanders were not putting that product on the field that makes fans want to go out and fill up the stadium. So it's good to see it now. I hope we have more performances like this, and that we continue winning. I know we cannot win every game, but these wins are gonna pay off at the end of the season, when the total wins and losses are tallied up, and there's fights for playoff positions. So all right, y'all. It was good seeing y'all. Good making this video. This is a good time to be a Commanders fan, a Redskins fan. So y'all have a good night, and I'll try to make more videos. Peace.